On News Hour tonight. Flood to hit 11 states as NIMET warns of natural disaster. Just residents cry out over criminal gang terror. Lagos building collapse, death toll rises to 3. And on the foreign scene, cost of living dominates Malawi election debate. Hello, good evening, and welcome to News Hour on Trust TV. I am Dorcas Yakubuzala. We begin tonight with a flood warning. The federal government on Sunday warned that 32 locations across 11 states may experience heavy rainfall that may lead to flooding between September 14th and 18th, 2025. The flood prediction issued by the Federal Ministry of Environment National Flood Early Warning Center was signed by the Director, Erosion, Flood and Coastal Zone Management Department, Usman Abdullahi Bukani. According to the notice, the affected states are Adamawa, Benue, Nasarawa, Taraba, Delta, Niger State, amongst others. Now, residents of Manchok community in Mora Chiefdom, Kaura local government area of Kaduna State are appealing to the federal and state governments for urgent assistance following severe flooding that submerged their homes and farmlands. The report.
The floods, which followed 3 days of heavy rainfall, destroyed properties, food crops and plantations, leaving residents stranded and counting their losses.
Around 8 p.m. after a night of prayer, the rain started and quickly escalated into a flood. Children were ventured out, reported the rising waters. And soon our homes and rooms were inundated. I attempted to clear a path for the water with a hoe, but the rain and floods water were overwhelming. The flood washed away our chairs and other belongings.
Another victim, Luka Ishaya, says his only source of livelihood has been wiped out. For Thomas Yante, the flood was worsened by blocked waterways, the absence of proper drainage, and poor waste management.
Let's tell ourselves the truth. It's not all about going to buy clothes, just walking on the street, when we know that things are not going well with us. And no matter how long we cried, it will only take the grace of God. Mostly with this situation, with this hardship.
A youth leader in the community, Moses Matthew, says the disaster could have been avoided if drainages were functional.
It's been years since we have experienced flooding, but today it affected many areas, including Mauta and other parts of Bangkok. After the flood, we made efforts to clear the water before government intervention.
Although no lives were lost, Trust TV reports that residents of Manchok are struggling to recover from the impact of the flood. It has been 2 days since floods submerged homes, farmlands and roads, resulting to death in Kaduna metropolis as well as Zaria city.
On the corpse of a 3-year-old baby, Hanifa has been recovered in Zaria. Hanifa's body was recovered after missing for days following heavy downpour that swept away her and her sister Fatima in Tudunjukun, Zaria. A statement issued by Abdul Mumin Adamu, DS Zaria Division of Nigerian Red Cross Society, said on Sunday at approximately 11 a.m. the remains of Hanifa was recovered at Gelesu, Zaria. This recovery concludes the search and confirms that all the flood victims have now been accounted. In other news, the Adamawa State Police Command has rescued 5 children suspected to have been abducted and unlawfully brought from Maiduguri, Borno State to Adamawa. The area commander of Mubi, ACP Marcus Mancha, while acting on timely and credible information on Saturday, led his surveillance team to intercept 5 male children found wandering the streets of Mubi town. Police operatives subsequently rescued the children identified as Adamu Musa, Suleiman Idris, Suleiman Muhammad, Dauda Yahaya and Muhammad Al-Hassan, all residents of Gwenge, Maiduguri, Borno State. Investigation conducted by the police so far revealed that the victims were unlawfully taken from Maiduguri by one Aliga Suleiman of Sabalayi, Gwenge, Maiduguri, who is currently at large. The command's Commissioner of Police, CP Donkwombo Morris, commended the area commander and his team for the successful rescue and directed the State Criminal Investigation Department to take over the case. Now talking security, the Katsina State Police Command has arrested a 38-year-old man, Mubarak Bello, for unlawful possession of a firearm and impersonation as an officer with the AD assistant rank in the force. The suspect of Oferyema quarters in Urfi local government area was intercepted by operatives during a routine patrol around 2:30 a.m. on Saturday. This was disclosed in a statement released on Sunday by the Katsina Public Relations Officer Abubakar Aliyu on behalf of the State Commissioner of Police Bello Shehu. According to Aliyu, Bello was picked up when operatives noticed suspicious movement during their patrol. Aliyu explained that the suspect was stopped while driving a Toyota Corolla but failed to explain himself or the vehicle. The PPRO added that dangerous items were recovered from the vehicle during the search. He said the suspect is still being interrogated and further findings will be made public in due course. In Plateau State, residents of Gangare and Rikos communities in Jos North local government area of Plateau State have raised alarm over incessant activities of criminal groups in their communities, which often result in violence and killings. According to the members of the communities, the activities of the groups is worrisome, calling on the relevant authorities to take measures against the menace. Ado Musa visited the communities and now reports.
Where I'm standing right now is the battleground where the two rival gangs, popularly known as Sarasuka, usually clash, often resulting in deaths. It is located on the border between Gangare and Rikos communities. This particular bridge links the two communities and it is supposed to serve as a blessing, but residents feel it has become a cause of conflict in that it gives the groups easy access to each other during every rival battle. What are the residents of this community saying about the frequent clashes, and how do the clashes affect their daily lives?
We pray that Allah saves us from the activities of these criminal elements and that the security forces intervene to bring an end to the bloodshed. These menaces affect not only us as residents, but also passers-by, as approximately 2,000 people pass through this area daily. Anyone caught in the crossfire is likely to become a victim. The Sarasuka activities here have become a significant source of concern, reaching a critical point. They don't give us any breathing space, as it has become a regular occurrence. Once they start, they destroy my farm. These clashes can happen at any time. Morning, daytime, or even night. Leaders of the two communities have acknowledged the activities of the Sarasuka gangs, noting that drug addiction is the major causes of the activities of the groups.
There are foreign cinemas, most especially from Madras or India, which they translated into Hausa and showing in the cinema houses. The whole films, nothing apart from violence. They learned from there. They thought what is they are seeing in that film is true.
In fact, it's a burning issue that is affecting the two communities. When we trace back to the peaceful living, it's almost the same community, because people that develop Rikos basically is the people that coming from Gangare community, including the people that come around the other side of Jos. And in fact, we are living peacefully before. Unlike some few years back, let's say like 8 years back, where this issue of Sarasuka come up.
The community leaders also expressed fear over the subsequent impact of the menace on their members.
It affected the community. Wherever there is no peace, nothing will happen. We have children, we have wives, that is mothers, the old and the young. Once they attack, they don't differentiate between their fellow Sarasuka and the innocent person. Mostly the victims are innocent.
Is the issue of copying, that is replicating this negative attitude to the younger ones. Because when you see the people that fully involved in this mayhem is 5 years back, they are not the same people that are involved in the present one. Those that are past, in fact, they are coming, I can say they are coming accepted. They are coming as they are being accepted back to the community. So it means the youngest one that have been watching what was happening before, they were the one that copying the situation.
Residents of the areas and their leaders are calling on security operatives to take decisive action to apprehend the gang members. They also urge parents to be responsible for their children. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
We move to Maiduguri, where farmers have described the plan of the federal government to introduce a new security outfit called Forest Guard as a commendable development to protect farmers against insecurity in the country. Trust TV's Beatrice Kuritsi has more on this development.
The crisis of food insecurity in the northeast region caused by insurgency, kidnapping and climate change has discouraged farmers from engaging in agricultural activities in their communities. In an effort to address this, Agro Rangers, a component unit of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, was formed for the protection of farmers in areas with security threats. However, the federal government plans to introduce a new security outfit known as Forest Guards, with the responsibility of preventing attacks, safeguarding farmlands, and intelligence gathering is considered a welcome development. The civil defense are working, but despite that, we have only achieved 75% success against insurgency, and the pockets of threats is the reason farmers can't access their farms. This is why food prices are high. So we want the insecurity to be completely brought to an end. The government should do something about it. It's not a bad idea to bring a new security outfit, but for me, I believe it's to complement the army, police and civil defense efforts against terrorism. We need more security in our state, so this is an addition for us. A security expert said the federal government needs to redefine the forest guards' roles to avoid clash with duties of other security agencies.
They are all different entities and different functions, different policy. Only that they are going to complement the effort of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, the Agro Ranger Department. But the policy is okay. Only that each and every organization need to have its own policy, need to have its own objective, need to have its own functions, so that they are not going to clash. Police is not only safeguarding farmers, it's not only safeguarding the communities. No, it's safeguarding both human, animal, and the land.
It is hoped that the new security outfit, if implemented, will curb insecurity while enhancing food security. Beatrice Kuritsi, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
The Emir of Birnin Gwari, Alhaji Zubairu Jibril Megwari, has commended the peace process initiated in the Emirates earlier in 2025, noting that it has brought relative calm and encouraged farmers to return to their fields after years of insecurity. Speaking during a fact-finding visit to review implementation of the Birnin Gwari peace model, the monarch explained that the agreement, brokered with the involvement of the Office of the National Security Advisor, the Kaduna State Government, security agencies and community representatives, has significantly reduced insecurity across the area. While acknowledging that isolated incidents such as theft and farm equipment confiscation still occurs, the Emir stressed that the overall situation has improved compared to past years. He recalled that the turning point came when Fulani leaders presented kola nuts during the initial talks, a gesture he said helped build trust between communities. Community leaders confirmed that farmers were encouraged to return to their land despite challenges such as high fertilizer costs. Many have since resumed farming, and a good harvest is expected this season. In other news, the Independent National Electoral Commission has said despite the advanced capabilities of the bimodal voter accreditation system, Nigerians will not be allowed to vote without presenting their permanent voter cards under the current electoral law. The clarification followed recent discussions arising from post-2023 general election review meetings, where stakeholders proposed that voters should be allowed to use other forms of identification on election day, citing the growing efficiency of beavers in authenticating voter identity. The Chief Press Secretary to the INEC chairman, Rotimi Oyekami, said the commission was aware of the proposals but remained bound by the legal requirements of the Electoral Act. He noted that while beavers had significantly improved the voter accreditation process by verifying identities through facial and fingerprint recognition, its existence didn't override statutory provisions. Currently, the law stipulates that no person shall be allowed to vote at a polling unit unless they present their permanent voters' cards and are verified by the technological devices provided by INEC. The African Democratic Congress ADC has debunked reports claiming that the Independent National Electoral Commission INEC has confirmed and released a list of the party's state chairmen across the country. In a statement on Sunday, the party's spokesperson, Bolaji Abdullahi, said INEC has neither officially or unofficially validated any such list. He described the reports circulated in some media outlets as fake news aimed at causing confusion within the party. Abdullahi explained that the ratification of state leadership is an internal party process governed by the ADC constitution, stressing that INEC only recognizes submissions made through proper channels after due diligence. He urged party stakeholders to disregard the false claims and remain vigilant against misinformation. The clarification comes amid internal tensions in the ADC, including a leadership tussle following INEC's recent recognition of former Senate President David Mark as the party's national chairman. A court has reportedly summoned Mark and the party's national secretary, Rauf Arebek-Sola, over disputes surrounding the leadership changes. However, the ADC has also denied reports of a court injunction restraining INEC from recognizing the Mark-led faction, describing such claims as further fake news spread by desperate political jobbers. In Bauchi State, residents and politicians have commended the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, for registering other political parties to give Nigerians ample opportunity to participate and contribute to the nation's growth and development. They said the move is in line with the freedom of association enshrined in the Nigerian Constitution. Trust TV's Adamu Imam completes the report.
After several calls and agitations from various interest groups to register more political parties, the election umpire has started the process, and about 14 groups have met the requirements. Against this background, some Bauchi residents speaks on the development.
Our constitution of our country gives you the privilege to form any association that you want. So I think INEC has deemed it fit to consider these 14 ones that we register as eligible. To me, it will further add to the beauty of our democracy, because our democracy is still growing.
Of the day, you find out party A and B and C have become one party. So I think, according to my own perception, I think that was the reason why the parties are trying to come out in numbers.
With the coming of these 16 parties, particularly if you look at the coalition party, that is the ADC, so far now is the major challenging party that we have.
It's about participation. That is a way where other people could come in again
and show their wherewithal and show their strengths. They want to be relevant. They want to contribute to the development of this country. So to me personally, I feel it's a good development.
Political commentators said Nigerians should be allowed to associate freely as enshrined in the Nigerian constitution. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
Was that development in Lagos, one more body has been recovered from the 3-story building that collapsed while under construction on Friday night in Yaba, a suburb of Lagos. Acting head of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Lagos Operations Office, Ibitayo Adenike, confirmed the development on Sunday in Lagos. According to Adenike, the recovery of the body from the rubble in the early hours of Sunday brings the total number of victims to 7, 3 dead and 4 rescued. Adenike said that the building located at number 333 Borno Street, Alagomeji, Yaba, collapsed at about 8:30 p.m. on Friday, trapping several persons beneath the debris. Emergency responders at the scene include the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, Lagos State Fire and Rescue Service, Lagos State Building Control Agency, the Nigeria Police Force, and other relevant agencies. This is News Hour on Trust TV. Coming up ahead. Nigeria, 11 other countries recorded highest cholera cases. This and many more when we return. To stay with us. Welcome back from the break. In case you're just joining, this is News Hour on Trust TV. Let's take a look at our top stories again. We told you that flood to hit 11 states as NIMET warns of natural disaster. And just residents cry out over criminal gang terror. And moving on to more stories, the Federal High Court will on Monday hear a motion filed by Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, seeking an order transferring him to the Abuja National Hospital for urgent medical attention. Justice Musa Liman had granted the motion ex parte, praying for the permission of the court to hear the application during the vacation period in view of its urgency. Justice Liman, who fixed September 15th for the hearing, ordered Kanu's lawyer, Uchenna Njoku-san, to serve all the processes and the hearing notice on the Department of State Services in order for the security agency to respond appropriately. Kanu, in the motion dated September 2nd, but filed on September 3rd by Chief Kanu Agabi-san, sought an order granting leave for the applicant's motion dated 1st September 2025 to be heard before the vacation judge. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has stated that Nigeria has gazetted trade and tariff reforms to boost economic stability and surpluses. This declaration was made during the launch of Oyo State's subnational African Continental Free Trade Area Implementation Strategy. The report.
Representing the President, Special Advisor on Media, Communication and Strategy, Sunday Dare, noted that the initiative signals a return to the country's earlier economic strengths, particularly in local farm products. He emphasized that trade and investment are key to recapturing Africans' economic boost. Acting Governor of Oyo State, Adebayo Lawal, stated that the initiative forms a part of the state's paradiplomacy efforts focusing on regulation, infrastructure, and investment readiness. AFCFTA Secretary General Wamke Mene noted that the strategy will ease import and export access, creating surplus jobs, promoting creativity, productivity, and global competitiveness.
Ahead, first, it is trade finance, accessing the finance to enable the strategy to become a living document. That trade finance support will be critical, particularly to small medium enterprises, to informal traders, smallholder farmers, will be very critical as it identifies agriculture and agro-processing as one of the pillars.
But unless these states align their own policies and prepare their own systems, the benefits will pass them by. So by our action today, Oyo State is preparing its own systems
to be the very first to launch the African Continental Free Trade Area Strategy. Now, we're so excited because this means that the Oyo State trading environment has expanded to over the 8 million population that we have. It means that this is an opportunity for us to tap into the wider, broader markets, which is within the African continent. So this provides a big opportunity for our traders to be able to accelerate their businesses.
The launch event brought together key stakeholders, including high commissioners from Sierra Leone and Rwanda, among others.
Back in the FCT, the Federal Road Safety Corps has intensified efforts against traffic violators under Operation Restore Sanity 4, arresting 254 offenders, including a military impersonator, and securing 245 convictions during mobile court sittings held earlier this month. In a statement signed by Assistant Corps Marshal and Corps Public Education Officer Olusegun Ogungbemide on Sunday, the FRSC said the special operation conducted in collaboration with the Nigerian Correctional Service and the Nigerian Army Brigade of Guards targeted the busy Abuja-Nyanya corridor, a hotspot for route violators, overloading and reckless driving. The offenses recorded included seatbelt violations, 129 cases, driver's license violations, 122, overloading, 111, and route violations, 63. 7 notorious offenders, Sha'ab Murtala, Abel Sunday, Sunday Salasi, Benjamin Augustine, Ekem Charles, Hussein Kabir, and Shamsuddin Abdullahi were found guilty of multiple offenses, including dangerous driving, impersonation, overloading, driver's license violation, use of phone while driving, and route violation. The FRSC warned motorists to desist from reckless behaviors. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency have arrested an Indian businessman, Gupta Ravi Kumar, and 3 Nigerian accomplices in connection with the interception of 2.25 million pills of tramadol at Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. The shipment, disguised as multivitamins in 114 cartons and declared from Delhi, India, arrived at the Lagos import shed on Monday, 8 September on an Ethiopian Airlines flight. NDLEA, in a statement issued on Sunday by the Director, Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, said the consignment is estimated at 3.99 billion naira. Babafemi said operatives initially placed the goods under surveillance before intercepting a clearing agent and 2 drivers attempting to move the cargo in 2 trucks on Thursday, 11 September. Babafemi added that a follow-up operation the next day led to the arrest of Gupta when he attempted to take delivery of the consignment. At the same airport terminal, 2 departure gates on September 7th, officers intercepted passenger Onyegano Chi Stanley Ifanyi en route to Doha on Qatar Airways. A search revealed 900 grams of skunk hidden in crayfish. Ifanyi, a first-time traveler, implicated Qatar-based Nigerian Ohadiegu Anthony Uchenna, who had accompanied him to the airport and was arrested on site. Uchenna confessed to planning to retrieve the bag in Doha if Ifanyi evaded detection. Governor Diko Umaru has said that insecurity has delayed the commencement of the 18.9 billion naira Katsina Sabuwa Road project. A 27-kilometer road is designed to link Sabuwa town with Tasharbawa station and connect 13 rural communities. Rada told community leaders in Sabuwa that the state government had already released 7.5 billion naira, about 40% of the project cost, to mobilize contractors, but security challenges in the area had prevented work from beginning. According to the governor, ongoing dialogue with armed groups could help restore stability and allow the project to move forward. The Sabuwa delegation pledged its cooperation towards peace and development in the area. The governor of Kaduna State, Senator Ubasani, today received the management team of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, on a courtesy visit to the government house. The visit provided an opportunity to strengthen collaboration between the Kaduna State government and the institution, particularly in the areas of education, research and community development. The report.
Governor Ubasani commended the university's contribution to knowledge and national development and assured the management team of his administration's continuous support for initiatives that would benefit students, staff, and the larger society.
ABU Zaria is a national treasure, the pride of Nigeria and Africa. Their contributions to knowledge creation and manpower development are many. Despite challenges, have maintained their inviolable position as a center.
The ABU management team in turn expressed appreciation to the governor for his commitment to education and pledged to deepen partnership that will advance growth and development in Kaduna State.
On staff welfare, Your Excellency, the high cost of living coupled with the prevailing tax regime has left our staff quite overstretched. A modest relief of the tax obligations on our staff will in no small ways free up resources for families, improve morale, and ultimately reflect in better teaching, research, and service delivery for the benefit of our students and the wider society of Kaduna State.
One of the highlights of the event was the presentation of awards to the governor, while the governor presented souvenirs to the Ahmadu Bello University management. The governor also allocated land for staff housing in Sabungari and Chinkun local government area to support ABU staff welfare.
You're watching News Hour on Trust TV. More news after the break. For staying with us. In case you just joined in, this is News Hour on Trust TV. Now, organic skincare products are becoming more popular in Nigeria as many people turn to natural and chemical-free beauty solutions. The growing demand of these natural products has raised concerns about their safety and effectiveness, with National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control (NAFDAC) stressing the need for regulation. Health practitioners warn that impure organic products with high chemicals damage skins and can lead to cancer. Victoria Tokolo brings us more in this report.
Organic skincare products are gradually gaining recognition in Nigeria, driven by rising customers' awareness and an increasing demand for natural, chemical-free and sustainable beauty solutions. Organic skincare relies on creams, oils, and lotions formulated from ingredients available in nature. These include plant-based substances such as herbs, roots, flowers, and essential oils, as well as animal-driven products like beeswax and minerals. One of the major factors supporting the growth of organic skincare in Nigeria is the existence of indigenous beauty regimes that predate modern beauty practices. Nigerians have long embraced the use of natural products such as shea butter, coconut oil, among many others, which form a strong foundation for today's organic skincare trends. A growing pool of Nigerian entrepreneurs is also promoting the industry. Many have invested in developing and marketing organic skincare brands to meet the rising demand. According to projections, the natural cosmetics section in Nigeria is expected to generate an estimated revenue of $237.30 million in 2025 and grow at an annual rate of 10.40% between 2025 and 2030. Lagos residents are, however, concerned about the unavailability of pure organic products in today's markets.
Firstly, it can lead to infections, skin infections, and it can damage the skin tissue. Like when you have an accident, you will not be able to stitch that part up because your skin is already damaged and it's too soft. It cannot be stitched up. Then the third one is it can lead to cancer. They are very, very effective, but the thing is they are very scarce to get and they are very, very, very effective. So the thing is, there are a lot of skincare vendors claiming to, claiming that their skincare products are organic, but the thing is, it's not. And then as we want to use a product, to clear our skin and everything, we will not bother to ask, we just use it, and it's after like you use it that you start seeing the effects.
There are some products that are actually organic, but as long as you add preservative to the product so that it can have a longer shelf life, you have reduced the strength of the organic content in that product.
I feel like people who do organic products, organic skincare products, are to register their products, make it known for NAFDAC to come in and know what they are doing and the things that they are putting into these products to sell to people.
And the people also using it should also be aware, should be made aware, like it's done in cigarette. They write it there that this is dangerous to your health, or cigarette kills. So it should be put there that you are using this thing at a danger to your own self. So if you are using it, you should know that it can harm you.
As more Nigerians embrace traditional, natural beauty, organic skincare products are becoming more and more popular. But Nigerians must be aware that not all products labeled as organic are safe.
The World Health Organization has said Nigeria and 11 other countries reported major cholera outbreaks in 2024, with each recording more than 10,000 suspected and confirmed cases. According to data obtained from WHO on Saturday, the other countries are Bangladesh, Comoros, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Somalia, South Sudan, Sudan, the United Republic of Tanzania, Yemen, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. In its latest update, WHO said the seventh cholera pandemic continued to expand in 2024, with a total of 560,823 cases and 6,028 deaths reported from 60 countries, territories, and areas, an increase from 45 countries in 2023. The number of reported cases rose by 5%, while deaths increased by 50%. The overall case fatality rate was 1.1%. Nigeria recorded 24,841 cases and 734 deaths, representing a case fatality rate of 3.0%. And now in business, the federal government is taking decisive steps to harness Nigeria's vast gas wealth after the African Export-Import Bank and the Midstream and Downstream Gas Infrastructure Fund signed a landmark memorandum of understanding to mobilize up to $500 million for critical gas infrastructure projects. The agreement, announced in a statement from Cedros Group Africa on Saturday, was signed on the sidelines of the Intra-African Trade Fair in Cairo and facilitated by Cedros Group Africa. Afrexim's Bank's Helen Brume and MDGIF's Oluwole Adama signed on behalf of their respective institutions. A deal set out a plan to raise funds over 4 years to support midstream and downstream projects. Afrexim Bank will also provide credit risk guarantees to encourage investment in local gas development. Now we'll take a quick break. The news continues shortly. Many thanks for staying with us. Now, away from Nigeria, Malawians are heading to the polls this week for a crucial presidential election as the country battles soaring inflation, fuel and sugar shortages, and a deepening cost of living crisis. The Southern African nation of 21 million people is still reeling from Cyclone Freddy in 2023 and an El Nino-driven drought in 2024, which devastated crops and worsened hunger. Incumbent President Lazarus Chakwera is seeking a second term under the Malawi Congress Party. He faces a strong challenge from his old rival, Peter Mutharika of the Democratic Progressive Party, along with 15 other presidential candidates, including former President Joyce Banda. Chakwera came to power after Malawi's top court nullified Mutharika's 2019 victory, leading to a historic election rerun in 2020. But after 5 turbulent years marked by economic hardship, a plane crash that killed Vice President Saulos Chilima, and growing public discontent, voter trust is shaky as Malawians are also choose new lawmakers and more than 500 local council members. In Kilifi County, Kenya, seashells once dismissed as beach debris are now powering a creative community-driven revolution. Founded in 2023 by Omari Saban and Martin Luganje, Buddy's Box transforms discarded shells into earrings, mirrors, wall art, and eco-friendly decorating, creating jobs while promoting environmental consciousness. Let's take a look.
What began as a passion project between two jobless friends has grown into a grassroots movement with real impacts.
Buddy's Books, the name originated from us, the two co-founders of Buddy's Books, that is me and Omar, two friends, two buddies who are able to come together, sit down and make crafts.
Armed with minimal tools, they started crafting pieces from the shells collected along Bofa Beach. By 2024, the initiative was offering part-time jobs to young people and partnering with local tailors, carpenters, and photographers. Buddy Box soon gained a reputation not just for its arts, but for its advocacy. Beach cleanup, community workshop, and environmental education became central to their mission.
The impact Buddy's Books has had on our community is clean beaches around us. If you look at the event that we held on February, where we did the beach cleanup, and different organizations and people showed up to clean the beaches, you could absolutely tell the difference before and after. Before, the beaches things like syringes that were on the beaches, pads, pumpers, things like that are harmful to the ecosystem.
Their effort hasn't gone unnoticed. In 2025, the group received the Tuza Marine Champion Award for Sustainable Innovation. Sustainable art advocate Kasi Mafari and photographer Yotu Makasi are among many collaborators who believe Buddy Box prove eco arts can drive both economic empowerment and environmental change.
I got to establish that 30% of galleries have adopted to eco-friendly art. Moreover, sustainable art lasts 35% longer.
With the vision they have, they also looking to better the environment, because the material they use material from the ocean. They are also involved in doing beach cleanups. They are also environmentalists in what they do. So I think what they are doing has a lot of value, both economically and environmentally.
Today, Buddy Box is expanding its reach, offering a fresh model for youth-led entrepreneurship rooted in culture, sustainability, and community spirits. From forgotten shells, they are crafting not just beautiful arts, but hopeful futures.
And now in sports, Nigeria's Toby Amusan clinched victory in the final heat of the women's 100 meters hurdles at the ongoing World Athletics Championships in Tokyo, Japan on Sunday. Amusan stormed across the finish line with an impressive time of 12.53 seconds, solidifying her status as a favorite in the competition. Her performance was nothing short of remarkable as she maintained a commanding lead throughout the race. A Nigerian athlete crossed the line well ahead of her nearest competitor, the Bahamas' Divine Charlton, who posted a time of 12.69 seconds. Italy's Elena Carrado followed in third place, completing the race in 12.86 seconds. With this emphatic win, Amusan has successfully secured her place in the next round, showcasing her exceptional speed and technique. As the world turns its attention to the upcoming heats, all eyes will be on the reigning champion as she aims for further glory in Tokyo. And that's a wrap on News Hour. Do not forget to follow us across all social media platforms for more programs, news, and documentaries. My name is Dorcas Yakubuzala. Good night.